Testing. Hello everyone. Good evening. Hello everyone. I had my playback going on there for a moment, so sorry about that. So let's get started. Let me transition to the game. Perfect. One moment actually, I'm gonna close my door. You are very much correct. I did mute the mic and I did not unmute it. Thank you. So how are you doing? This is a very professional setup, as you can tell. uh, so, so yeah, we get skill spammed every time we restart. So I'm just gonna take a look at everyone's skill and assign skills as needed. We're getting to a point where some people just don't need any more skills. That's obviously not true for our newer dupes. It is true for our older ones, though. Harold here could use a little bit more muscles. And Frankie here, a little bit more muscles. I hope yeah, the bar's moving. I'm pretty sure you guys can hear me now. So let's see, Ren here probably could use a little bit more decoration. Otto looks good, but he can be a little smarter. Oh, actually, probably should have went for farming. Mima, she looks good. Everyone else should be good. Yeah, everyone else is good. Meat looks like he could probably take another skill. He has some ranching, so let's see if we can get him some ranching. Ooh, that's not very good. Not a problem, not a problem. You can just lurk if you want. You don't have to interact. I won't get upset. Toothaches, that sounds horrible. Have you had a chance to get that checked out? That's most of that. So printables. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, plastic. Oh, I can put plastic on any asteroid. Oh, that's huge. That's absolutely massive. Oh, that's cool. I'm glad to see. I'm happy to hear that like COVID didn't make it so that you couldn't get an appointment in time. That I wouldn't have been too surprised personally. Oh, but yeah, perfect. Let's get some some plastic on here so we can make ourselves some steam turbines. It's exactly what we needed. Now we can set up a cooling site. Wow, that's perfect. That's not what I was planning to do right now, but that is what I'm doing now. So let's see who's idle first. Apparently we have a couple people idle on this map. So we have the suits, we just need it to be oxidized. That's gonna take a little bit. While we're waiting, let's see, can we mop this? Can't mop that, but we can mop this. And we have a place for salt water to go? I don't think so. Let's add a place for salt water to go. Oh, sorry. That was uncomfortable. So we'll make salt water go there. Oh, we're getting quite a bit of water on this map. That's good. That's always good. We're getting even more idle people now. guess on this map I can maybe start looking into digging this out while waiting for myself to get more. Yeah, let's finish digging out the map. Oh, wrong way. So put that there, that there, that there. So we will. I'm just gonna start. Give them something to do and demolish all of this. There's a lot of ores in this area, which can be, it'd be fruitful if we can actually use that ore instead of it just being there. There we go. Did I put the ladder here? Yeah, perfect. Okay, and let's dig all this up. There you go. I should take care of the whole layer, keep these guys busy for a little bit. As long as we don't... Yeah, there's not going to be a hole here. There's some carbon dioxide here. What is that going on? Oh, actually, there's carbon dioxide everywhere. Probably from all the rockets that we've been sending out. How did I turn that off? Did I? Not turn it off? Oh, I did. Okay, so it's not going to send out again because Lyra was getting very stressed out for all those voyages. But my main target for today, I guess, will be to create myself a cooling on this map. That was not my original plan, but it is now my plan. Okay, so we're filling it up with oxygen. This is full, so there won't be any more oxygen going down. So all the new oxygen will go into here. I don't know how much oxygen it needs before it decides that it has enough, but it is not at that point just yet. Okay. Oh, how did we get 8? Like this whole asteroid, I guess? Wow, everyone. Oh, wow, so many idle dupes. Okay, so we're gonna put the cooling system. Where's the next? So the next 18 block, right? Should be 18. So that means the next stairs are here and here. Doesn't really fit very well with the volcano right here. But I do want it to be near-ish to water. So we could maybe put it here. I don't see a problem with that. So let's put it here. Oh, well. Yeah. So from my understanding, let's go back and take a look at how it's done. Yeah, so it takes up the whole thing. 2, 5, 2, and 4. Okay. So with those on, go here. We'll do it from here. So 2, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, and then we go 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. And that does remind us that everything here is correct. Also go up here. And that should be the start of where we need to do for power. So on that note though, we do need to maybe start centralizing the power that we have. So maybe right here, put some batteries on this level. So let's get them to set up some 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get 2, 1, 2, 4, 5, 1, 2. And we can set up some batteries on this level to start storing some of this solar power. Because right now we're putting all of that power into one battery and it's not really efficient. We also have all of this extra hydrogen, which will eventually cool over, and that will cause an issue if we can't burn it off. So we need to set that up too. So this will be where we put our batteries slash a secondary hydrogen burner, and we'll connect it directly with the power from this heavy wire, which we can do outside. We could just go like this and come in directly here. That's actually not the worst idea. So we'll let them build this first. Put up too many commands, that won't work too well. But we'll build up the ladder here and make a way for them to come down here from the outside so that they can build this. Maybe lock that. Don't have high stress? Is that what the problem is? Yeah, that's fine. You will calm yourself down eventually. Yeah, so that's good for that asteroid. This one, I'm still very much waiting on some oxygen. Which really, wow, that is so little oxygen. Like, it's not like we're not pumping a full pipe of oxygen. It's just it's getting used very quickly because we are low pressure on this area for oxygen. Like, the pressure here is 1000. So it's just being used very quickly. There's no, like, I don't see them. Like, the oxygen animals that eat oxygen, I don't see them anywhere. So that's probably not the problem. Okay, but in the meantime, though, we do need to get them something to do. So from here, we can say we want to put all the salt water. That will drop off all these. And what else do we need on this asteroid? So we have the ability to cook all this oil. I guess we do want to set up a location to tame all of these larvae. Eventually, that would be nice to have. Where would I put that? Okay. Put it here. Oh, I can maybe start getting ready to tame a geyser. Actually, that's probably better. So, I don't really have an idea on how I'm going to do this. It starts off pretty hot, and so that's hot enough to get a turbine working for us. So, you're idle, so you're not dormant. What about you? Are you dormant? You are dormant, so maybe get started on you instead. Oh, but you would require me to build down here. So maybe not. So we'll get started on you and hopefully this works out for us. So we want to, at least to start, too wide over here, too wide over here. And where is a mesh tile? We'll make it out of iron ore. We'll make the mesh tiles here. They should be able to build all that, hopefully. Oh, maybe we should make it drop on this side. Yeah, we're gonna make it drop on that side. So, put the mesh tiles on this side. Is that enough space to take so much space? So 5, right? So if we put the mesh tiles here, that would like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could fit it right here, actually. That should work. That should be right the amount of space we need. It should fit very tight, but it should fit. So the idea is that the liquid sulfur that comes in here will stay contained in this area. And once it drips down here, it will go in here. And if a liquid turns into a solid, like a solid particle like this, and when it's inside a mesh tile, it will pop up into it will pop into an airspace. And if I make the only airspace possible, this one right here, it will pop into this one every time, instead of going into any of the other directions. So I just need to make sure to have a tile like this, and then it will always come in here where I can then have a cooling chamber here to cool it using some automation. At least that is the general idea. Okay, so we'll go here. We don't even need a wall on this side. It's neutronium. We would need to get rid of that though. Holding. Ooh, we have enough oxygen for one tube to start going in. Yeah, let's not try that just yet. I don't feel like we're at a point yet where we want to start using these. We let it build up a little bit first. And it needs 7 to 5 kilograms. Let it build up first. Still no luck with any stone hatch. What's your stone hatch chance? 31%. That's not bad. Okay, so work. I will need more plastic. Can the printing press give me more plastic? That would be very nice. Talking about more plastic, do I have any luck yet? Nope, I do not. How much time before you guys get me more? Oh, you're not even hungry anymore. I mean, you're not even happy. Yeah. Apparently too much time. Okay, so we probably need to set up a temporary plastic location like we've done before. So polymer press, just to get ourselves a couple hundred plastics. Refinement, polymer press. Can we set it up here? Oh, actually, we're not using this second container, right? No, we're not using this for anything. So if we remove that and just make it go like this. Now, some people have food poisoning on this asteroid, really? Maybe I should put some, is there really food poisoning in here? Look at that, there is food poisoning. I should add some chlorine to that to get that cleaned up. Good, perfect. So this is in a good spot. So let's put another layer here. Okay. Oh, I forgot. We also need steel to make this work. We don't only need plastic. We need steel to make the cooling loop work. So I guess we can get most of it set up, but we still need to put in the steel for the aquatuner. Actually, probably the harder thing to get than plastic. I could maybe send over an asteroid with some. I mean, a rocket with 1.2 tons of steel. That would be the idea. But let's first set up some. No, wrong one. Let's first set up ourselves a battery bank up here. All the space. There we go. And we will use heavy watt. We're going to use heavy watt wire for all this. There we go. And that should allow us to build that, dig that, and then build that later. We can also dig out this. Okay. So that should allow us to close this off. And we won't touch this right now. Once we have all of that built, we can make ourselves a bigger wire that goes all the way over here and connects to this battery bank. Can I put the no, because the battery bank heats up, so I can't put it outside. inside of the potential. I wonder what happens if you rummage through that. I haven't done that yet. But you can't put it outside here because it'll heat up and then overheat eventually. It needs to be with somewhere that has an atmosphere. So here. I'm just more concerned about this becoming over full. We're almost halfway to the fullness and we are not slowing down. So I am concerned about that being a potential issue. Oh, but why didn't I place it where I wanted it to be? Yeah. So that should keep them busy. You guys are not complaining about anything. And how's it going over here? Oh, you guys are almost done all this. I probably need to destroy all this. We'll get to that when we get to that. The idea would be that, oh, that's building. So the idea here is that, oh, what are you guys doing down here? You're just idling, and you are trying to build something with material that can be found down here, apparently. Okay, yes, can't forget about that. I need my plastic. Plastic press. Right here. We'll need to put in some and output some of this carbon dioxide, right? May be problematic. Okay, so I output some of the carbon dioxide and put some. They'll also output some hot, very hot water. We will just deal with that with the old-fashioned sweep. Should be fine. So this should produce some. That should produce some plastic, which we will need to be able to make this cooling loop here. There we go. Okay, so once we have the plastic, we'll be able to we won't be able to pass here anymore. Maybe make these first. Yeah, like that. Sorry about that. I was getting thirsty. Okay. Are you still? Oh yeah, you are. You are overpressured right now. So if I open you up, that would be real bad. I can't do that right now. Look at the ethanol is back. I really need to try to get that situation handled. Because our dupes seem to love coming down here. Where all the good material is, apparently. It's also where all the salt water is going. Salt water that I'm putting in should be relatively chill. Maybe not. Maybe I'm putting in really hot salt water. Okay, perfect. Okay, so the idea would be that once I get the steam turbine. I can put it up here. I have enough. I have more than enough lead. I just need the plastic. Once I get that up here, we'll need to set up our automation, and we need to make sure everything here can sustain very hot temperatures. Oh, does that mean I now have plastic? Yes, I have plastic now. So that press is working as expected. So what's next? We want to set up... What was that I'm looking for? Oh yes, automation. Shipping automation. And we want to make sure it's something that can withstand the overheat, the temperatures that we're going to be dishing in here. So, steel. So we're going to put steel here. And we'll need a steel for this one also. Make sure it doesn't overheat. And we don't need steel for these. I would still prefer it if we... Are we sending over... I thought we were sending over some... Oh, we are sending over copper ore. Okay, I was going to say, I thought we were sending over copper ore. Why do I not see copper ore here? Because apparently it was hidden. But we have lots of copper ore now. 53 tons of copper ore. Wow, this place has plenty of copper ore. So the general idea would be that we would go like this. And great, but here I have a check for the temperature. Let's repeat that. We would have a check for the temperature, so conveyor rail thermosensor right here. And then we want a conveyor shutoff right here, made of steel. Everything here needs to be made of steel if it can overheat. And that would be the way out. So the idea is if it goes in here, it'll go through this loop over and over again until it's cold enough for me to want to eject it from the system. Once it's that cold, I'll put it in here and I'll take care of it in a secondary cooling device, probably powered by cooling loop over here. We'll use this to cool it down even further, which that can then go in here to cool down. Hey, maybe not the best. Maybe I'll use a secondary one way or the other. Maybe I just use something other than that. Okay, so we'll need background tiles for this to work. This time the background tiles will actually have a use in dissipating and transferring the heat. So we might actually want to use something a little bit more thermally conductive. There we go. I still like to put myself some pretty tiles all the way around. Remember, the template shift tiles cannot touch insulated pipes, insulated tiles, or else they will make things not work properly. So we still need to make sure that we have that set up properly. In the same sense, I want... Oh, with the exception of background over here, we definitely want... So the main way we're going to get to cool down the liquids that are going to fall in here is through a temp shift tile. So if we put a temp shift tile here, it will take the liquids from in here. Wow, that used up a lot of my lead. It will transfer the temperature from the liquids in here into here, cooling it down enough so that it solidifies. Right? You guys solidify at what temperature again? Sulfur. It solidifies at 150. Wow, that's a little too cold for a steam turbine. Wait, no. This won't work then. If it needs to be 115, that means this won't cool it down enough. This would only cool it down to 125, which I thought was enough. This will only... will not cool it down to enough to have this work. It'll just stay liquid the entire time. Huh. How do I fix that? So this won't work like I wanted it to. Oh, let's cancel this. So, how do we fix that? I guess I just need to cool it down further using this, but directly instead of indirectly. How do I do that efficient? So we'll have a liquid here. It will turn into a solid at 115. And I can't have liquids, but I can have metals. So let's try that. So I might have not wanted to cancel all that apparently. So the idea now is that we're going to use the same idea. So we'll pick up when it gets solid, but we'll use some metal tiles instead of some temp shift plates to transfer the heat. So if we put a bunch of metal tiles here, and well, that means this doesn't even be made out of steel anymore. Anything can take the temperatures that we're going to be throwing at it. Hopefully. So that means we can make it out of the copper ore that we have plenty of. Oh, it needs to be out of metal. Copper metal that we have plenty of. So this can be made out of copper. This can be made out of copper. And this can be made out of copper. So we'll need the same general idea where we will cool it down until it reaches something that is cold enough for our light gain. And we will, oh, but I don't want to, okay, I have an idea. If we won't have a steam turbine here anymore, we can change the direction of the flow for this stuff. So, copper ore goes up here. And we go down. And here's where we can make the decision. Like that. And here we would need to make a shutoff made of copper. And no, this won't work. I didn't really give myself enough space for this contraption. Well, actually, I can just give myself more space then. Yeah, I'll just give myself more space. That will mean more. Actually, let's not give myself more space. Let's enjoy the challenge. No, it won't bottle. But the idea here is that I'm going to put a metal tile here, and I will put a temp shift plate, a good temp shift plate here. So I don't know if copper ore is probably not better, but it's more abundant. And so the liquids are actually, I need that up here. So the idea is, let's get rid of that so I can more accurate, because that is correct. So the idea is that if we have a lead tile here and temp shift plate, a good temp shift plate here. Might actually go dig up some diamond to help with that, make a really good temp shift plate. And I keep this metal tile at like 25-30 degrees. That will cool the liquid in here to below its solidifying point. And that solid will then drop here where the arm will pick it up, put it inside of the container, and I'll fill this whole area here as much as I can with metal tiles to transfer all the heat out of here and into the cooling loop. So that will be how we take the heat out, and it should come out at around 20 degrees, 25, 30 degrees. Depends on what we set it to. Maybe we'll want to be okay with 40 degrees, but it should come out pretty chill. And all the heat that it generates should be sent into this chamber here. Now we are probably going to be overusing this chamber since it's almost on all the time already. Yeah, it's running pretty efficiently. So we might need a second chamber eventually, but if we do build a second chamber, we can just disconnect this from here and reconnect it to the second chamber. But for now, this one chamber here will be enough for our needs. Some people would consider this a glitch. Like if a tile tries to solidify inside of a mesh tile or airflow tile, it will try its best to leave that tile. So that's why you can do some teleportation like this. So I could see why people would think like item teleportation, that's a glitch or an exploit or whatever. I'm okay with that. I think this is a perfectly valid use for this exploit, personally. But soon enough we will see it in action once I rebuild it again. So F would go here. We need copper here. And we'll need to have where is my conveyor bridge? My conveyor bridge can go. Can it go like that? Oh, look at that, it can. Okay. And bridge. Okay, and where's my shutoff? My shutoff can go right here. There you go, that fits. So it will go into here, start going through this loop here, which will be full of metal tiles, so it'll cool it down. And that will then have automation, which I forgot to put in. Right here, where is it? Conveyor rail, thermal sensor. And if it senses that temperature is within the range that we want it to be, it will let it leave this way. Which we can then drop it off into this area here. And if it's not, it will send it back down here, and that will continue to loop. And it will fill up eventually, so we might have a little bit of backlog, but it will ensure that all the heat is transferred properly into electricity. We want all that heat to be used. We don't want it to be lost. We also probably want to have some pipes. So let's get some pipes. Oh, we have some. We'll discuss what those idle dupes are doing in a little bit. We'll probably want to put in some pipes also to cool this down. We'll just follow the line here. And this one would be in, out. And those pipes would eventually connect with this pipe. We need to clean this up a little bit. We have some pretty long segments of pipes going on all over the place now. Actually, if we do that, we go over here. should allow us to... Which way was the entrance? Okay, we want to switch this. That is the opposite directions that we want. We want to go in at the bottom, out at the top. So in at the bottom, and out at the top. And then we can just reuse this pipe, this line here, and connect it down here. That should work. So let's add some of the bridges that we're going to need. This way. But that would allow us to reuse this pipe here and make this part of our cooling loop. It's already full of polluted water, so that's perfect. Okay, so let them build all this. We're not in a hurry, but that should keep them busy for a little bit. Someone keeps saying they're idle. I'm really curious who that is. Oh, there you go. Who's idle? Joshua. How's it going over here, guys? Oh, okay, you guys are actually doing pretty good. All this digging. I keep forgetting sometimes that you guys are a very large colony now, so it's not like this stuff takes forever anymore. Okay, let's get all that set up. I'm also going to want to put one of these here to put in, what are these called again? The transformers. How many transformers can I fit on here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. So I'm going to put these here and start using that to power my multiple lines, at least on this side of the map. This should... right now there's nothing preventing this from overloading. It hasn't, because most of this stuff is very short usage. But as soon as we start powering this water sleeve, which we might need to do sooner than later, that will be a very consistent usage of the power. And we're already, like, our load spikes to 300. This will be another very consistent 120. Like, that's half the load of these, like, the spiking is definitely something to be worried about. So we definitely want to start centralizing some of this power into this battery bank over here. Let's choose a blueprint. We have some pip eggs that we can get. Who wants some pips? I know you guys don't have pips, so might as well, right? You can enjoy the beauty that is pips. And apparently there's an electric pipe. Electric wire here that was never replaced. I'm surprised that hasn't busted yet. I guess it is pretty close to... my potential load is very low. You'd have to have both of these running at the same time for it to go over. But apparently that is not something that we've had a use case for yet. That's pretty good. So how is this temp shift plate property? That's not good at all. Let's get rid of that. We need something better. That's mine house. I know you guys... oh, you guys can't reach. I was gonna say, I know you guys won't like this, but we need some of these diamonds. Probably only need 3 of these dug. Oh, maybe we have enough, we just were out of reach. So that is not enough. We need 800 kilos, and that is... oh, that is enough. So maybe we don't need to actually burn the dupes. We just need to tell them to go pick it up, which might hurt them. Yeah, that was enough. Now we just need them to go pick it up. Do we have any dupes laying on the job? Yes, and we're gonna get some more. And apparently Bahi too. Wow. You guys, it's still quite hot in here. That's basically all there is to say. And if anything, the temperature of this loop is getting warmer, not colder. Like, we're up to 35 and 32. So I don't feel like we're keeping up with the heat. At least, well, that might be a problem for future us. Yeah, everything's good. I still don't like how those messages are programmed. So 18. Let's see where this next one goes. 18. That means ladder and right here, right? 18. Okay, so that should be all of the sections. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 6 sections wide. So it's the same width as Zappelin over here, who's also 6 sections wide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the center here is just more centered than the center over here at the other one. And this one is a little bit wider. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and a little bit extra. So it's a little bit wider than the other two. It's definitely the biggest one of the 3. See how things are going over here. You guys are still doing good. Do we have any more? No, we don't have any more reed fiber. Not yet, at least. Oh, look at that. This is actually working as we want. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Wasn't that bug? Aren't you set to detect bug jelly? Isn't that bug jelly? Why are you not working? Oh, it is working. Okay, it is working. I'm just... No, no. Oh, that's the problem. You're just taking it out of here and putting it in here. I do not want you to accept bog jelly or meat anymore. Leave that in here until the cook needs it so you can give it to the cook. That was the problem. Yeah, see, now I'll give it to the cook so he doesn't have to go over here to pick up the bog jelly and put it in anymore. This just takes care of it for us, so he just needs to stand there like a lazy butt. See? Perfect. That's what I like to see. Why is it all of a sudden that we have so much stuff that's being processed? Oh! Oh, but did we dig some stuff up here? Yeah, okay, we're digging up a new layer and that's what's causing all of that work. Oh, it's automatic storage, so that's always nice. I also want to destroy this. There we go. Let's just keep these here so that our steel and plastic... Actually, let's keep these here so we don't lose access. But that should be good to go. FAY, these guys haven't complained because they're quite busy. We're also getting a bunch of polluted water, and this one's dormant. So hopefully that will let us fill in some of this water that we are having issues keeping up with. How's this going? 20, 19, 16, 15. So that should be keeping this water a little... Oh, it's not even... Is it even having an effect? It should be. Like 15... It comes in at 16 and it is transferring, but it's transferring it like up here. The water's not high enough for that, so it's not really warming up the water as much as it's warming up the air around the water. Oh wow, it's really cold here. This water here is really cold. Okay, you guys have nothing to do? Does that mean all of these are in place? Yeah. Let's dig that out. So let's rewire this. So this is too big. So I'm going to say it needs 2. One will go up here. The other one will go down here. And we can cut it off here. Like, how much of this should we cut off? Where is all that big power coming from? It says it needs 195. Where's 240 here? 120, a couple tens. Where is all that power? 240. I do not see 1.9 kilos. Like, oh, from these two. Actually, so I guess this whole thing can be connected to one wire as soon as we disconnect the power from up here. Like once we get rid of these 960, yeah, once we get rid of 960, this all fits on one wire without any potential overpowering. Also, that's pretty good. So let's do that and get rid of this. I'm still gonna make a second wire for the stuff down here because I want to start powering this, so I'm gonna take out this. It's just not that important right now. Look at that. Okay. And now it's at 985, which is perfect. Hey, yo. How are you doing? I'm doing good. I'm doing very good. Monday treated me well, especially for Monday, which is, you know, notorious for not treating people well. How about you? Look at that. It's a good thing we built this because we already have some overflow of hydrogen. We would not have anywhere for this hydrogen to go if we hadn't built that already. So that's a good thing we did that. Right, 4? Yeah. Oh wow, you guys are really not... What are you guys getting down here? Is this really the best location to get these rocks? Like, you're going all the way down there just to grab rocks to build these out of. Is that really the best location to get some igneous rock? Like, we can't get some from here? That seems like it's a bad deal. On that note, let's add in some more automation. I do enjoy my automation. So some lead, especially once we have lead and all of this automation is basically free to build. Oh, that's a problem. And that won't reach. Oh, well, this is a problem. I think we can just move that here, though. I think that will work. But we can't, like, the problem here is this reaches all the way to where the two, I pointed at my screen, not that you guys can see my screen. But this reaches all the way to the two airflow tiles here. And if I can't, like, I would normally build it here so it has the same reach. It reaches all the way to the two airflow tiles. But the light is in the way. So if I built it here where I have the space, it doesn't reach. So I can't have a single drop-off point for both, which is what I normally do. Like what I have here, where if I put a second one on this side, I can have a single drop-off point for both the sweepers. So I'm going to move that over, and that should allow me to have a single drop-off point for both sweepers. This is going pretty well for building one. Apparently I gotta stop using igneous rock for things though, because that makes my dupes come down to here, and or lead, apparently. Lead makes my dupes come down here too. And they eventually get hurt. Because that's not a place that's safe for them to go to. And yeah, see, we still reach all of them when we're here. And now we can build this here and here. So we'll want to power all this. Oh, this is not upgraded. I thought I had upgraded all the wires here. Oh no, you are still connected to a single transformer. Look at that. I had not upgraded all the wires. I had completely forgotten about upgrading these wires. So once this is upgraded, I can actually spin this up and put a second one here. And look at that. I did not know that was a problem I was having. Look at that, you learn about new problems all the time. It's a good thing that's an easy problem to solve. So let's see what you guys are up to. Okay, so this line's built, so let's destroy this. And connect this. As soon as that's destroyed, it should separate these two lines. Perfect. So now I can connect this. Yeah, I know. You guys. Oh, you are. You're not gonna make it. You're not gonna make it out of there without fainting, aren't you? If you're gonna, why can't I click on you? If you're gonna faint, you should faint over here. You gonna faint? No, I think you're good. If you make them faint on a tile like that, then they don't fall all the way down the ladders. I was trying to avoid that situation. I didn't want him to fall all the way down the ladders. So let's put some shipping rails down here. And we'll get both seeds and food. So we want to separate that. How did I do it on the main asteroid? So yeah, I did it up there. Okay, so if I do the same thing here, at least it'll be, it won't look pretty, but at least it'll be consistent. So it could be worse. So if I cancel you all and do straight up here and have my automation here. I want a conveyor rail, element sensor, and the shut off. So this would be, oh, well, that's going the wrong direction. So I guess I want to flip that over then. I want it to go down this way and then go here. Sorry, Jinx. One moment, I'll feed you in a little bit. So the idea here, so if I put my element sensor here and my shut off here, conveyor element sensor, if I do that, then like all the seeds and all that junk down here, if the dupes drop something or anything like that, will go up. No, we'll go down. I want it to go down. Why is this not working as I said? My mind is telling me it should do one thing, and it's not doing what my mind is telling me it should do. It should just know what I want it to do and do that. It shouldn't be making this so complicated. If only it worked that way. Okay, so we're gonna do it a little differently. So yeah, so food goes over here. That was my original plan. So food goes over here. Everything else goes down here. Okay, so let's add a couple bridges. That should work this time. Shipping bridges this way and this way. There we go. So adding some automations over here and some power here. Okay. So that should automate the picking up of all of this stuff so that dupes don't do it, and maybe we don't. Like, I don't know if this will even get picked up before it rots. At least this way we know for sure that it won't. That won't be a problem. We also want to make sure we don't pick up bristleberries. Right, that's the cooked version of bristleberries. Oh no, what's the cooked version of this stuff? So bristleberries is the uncooked version, and gristleberries is the cooked version. So we don't want to pick up bristleberries and we don't want to pick up meat. But I'm pretty sure there's probably meat and bristleberries in here. And that ruins the efficiency gain of having the arm be able to reach in there. So that should work as soon as it's all built. So give me one moment. Let me go feed my cat. She is being very needy. Yes, yes, I hear you. There we go. Cool. So let's keep going. So you guys are very much out of things to do. Okay. I guess we can get this system started. We can have some automation and some piping do here then. Okay, so we take the polluted water, we go over here. We won't have a liquid shutoff here. That will be attached to some thermal sensors. One of them right here, and one of them right here. This is an OR, so they'll just be connected directly. No need for anything fancy. And the output here will be just connected straight into the pipe here. Okay, so the general idea here is that there. And yeah, so the general idea here is that we'll get polluted water. That will go in here. We will have two triggers. If the polluted water is at least this high, we want to start getting rid of it. And if the water is not this high, we want to start getting more of it. So it's basically a trade-off. We want either more water or we want less polluted water. Either one turns on, then we turn on the filter here to fix the situation. So right now we would want more water, so this would turn on once this is all built to provide us some more water. I guess I can also ask them to dig all of this out. No reason this should still be around. I guess it's not. Yeah, that's. We can't build it right there, but we can build it here. And 4, 4. And there you go. There's nothing to. Yeah, it's the vacuum in there. That can't erupt right now, as long as I don't mess with these 3 tiles. Nothing's good. I know it's only one of these tiles that actually matters. I never remember which one. I'm pretty sure it's this one right here. But if I get it wrong, that's a very costly mistake. So I don't even try. It's not worth the risk. You're never gonna admit, are you? So we'll just leave you be then. Okay. So that should keep these guys busy. You guys are building the automation. And we are looking to... You're not even full. Why did... And we are looking here to... make a shiny... Or not shiny yet. glossy Draco. Just waiting for chance to hit. It will eventually hit. We will eventually, like this guy is 30% and he will reproduce at least one more time before he dies, maybe two. So if he reproduces enough, we'll be in a good position to have, I say like a 50-50 chance of getting a glossy Draco egg. We just need one. Then we dump it in here. We clean up the atmosphere to being something they like. I think that's going to be oxygen and hydrogen, and we'll be good to go. Then we'll have our infinite source of plastics. Completely forgot that we had this asteroid. We have plenty of plastics. Now let's stop doing plastics. Completely forgot about the plastics I was doing. Let's stop doing plastics and mop this all up. There we go. So they should be able to mop this all up, including some of the waters. Perfect. So now we should have... We got a lot of plastic now. Let's see what they're printing. Oxalate. A rancher. So oxalate might actually be useful on this asteroid here. So if I print off oxalate, I can use it for the oxidizer tank. I could just put oxalite in here instead of fertilizer. I don't know exactly if that's better, but I can do it and find out. Why, like, do they not? Like, you want 8, right? Your priority 8. 10 status, okay. But shouldn't you want this Draco? Like, why do you not want to give it this Draco? You guys aren't... I have no idea why it doesn't want to give it this Draco. I would assume that it would have wanted to give the Draco to this stable. That's strange. If anyone knows why, like, yeah, it freed itself. So it doesn't want to deliver. Oh, where'd my suits go? That's why, because I don't have a suit or I don't have my 2 suits here. Oh, maybe because I had vacancy and they just... Where did the suits go? Is someone wearing a suit right now, or... They just dropped them off somewhere? That's why that was happening. They can't even go in here to do anything. What happened to my suits? Atmo suits. I have 0 of them. Where are the dupes? Where are the dupes? We have to take a look at every dupe and see if any of the dupes in here have a suit. Now, some meat. No one's wearing a suit. What happened to my suits? They don't just disappear like that, though. Are they in here? Well, that's the place they wouldn't be able to reach if they were in here. What happened to the suits? I'll give it a little bit. See if someone can find it. But Oh, do I still have deliver suits over here? I do. I know where my suit is. It's on a different asteroid. Let's deliver the suits back. Clothing, suits. I'm guessing they're right here. There's my 2 suits. Nope, luckily enough, they are right here. So please bring them back. They were off asteroid. There we go. Okay, so now they should be back. Should be way over here. And someone should come and pick them up sooner than later. There we go. 1 suit, 2 suits. Perfect. I was wondering what was going on here. Like, the Drecos are still very happy. Well, they're not... No one's pet them, but they're still they're still full. Okay, and now we should be able to take that Dreco, which probably fell down. Where did it go? I have a wild Dreco somewhere. Let's kill these ones off. I don't see the wild Dreco anywhere. No, okay, never mind. We have 6, so they brought them in. Perfect. So now Camille can take care of grooming everyone here, and I wonder why. Maybe it was because it was set to vacancy instead of, I mean, always instead of vacancy. That's probably what screwed it up. So you guys are real fast now. Wow. Okay, so if you are below 1 kilogram, we run you. And if you are above 699, we send a true signal. So that should send a true signal because of this. Apparently I forgot to... Oh, I connected you to the wrong thing. I want to connect you to that. Might not be relevant to have, but I guess maybe I can reconsider how I do that because it doesn't seem like it's the most relevant thing to have anymore. Like that, we're actually starting to get a pretty good bristle blossom set up here. Our food reserves on this one is not really increasing because we don't have we don't have any way to preserve it, so they're just gonna rot constantly as we don't eat them quick enough. So I'm not too concerned about that right now. We will eventually though need that as we'll need to set up an infinite storage void like we have on the other 2 asteroids for food. Oh, we have some idle dupes. What? Oh, you guys have done this already. So let's see if it should be working then. Yeah, perfect. So that gives us some... There we go. So that should give us plenty of water. That does mean that you guys have nothing to do. We still don't have any steel to finish this up, but we can nonetheless finish it up, right? We can get everything in place for when we do have some steel. So some drywall here, 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 and drywall here with some temp shift plates made out of anything. Let's find some sedimentary rock. It's the most thermally conductive of rocks. Let's destroy you and you. We will also need to... We can actually... So we should be able to set up a steam turbine. We just can't set up the liquid aqua tuner portion of this build just yet. So that should allow us to have some plumbing. There we go. Good, good, good. So once they have this set up, it's a good thing we need to still get steel over here. So that's like, it's good, but we are still racking up the heat bill on this asteroid, and it's not going anywhere anytime soon. Actually, we're racking up some coolness bill down here too. So, but we need to start getting this in place so we can start cooling off our volcanoes. Talking about cooling off our volcanoes, how is this build going? Okay, everything's in place. If we destroy... So let's start putting in some of the metal tiles that we want. Over here. So let's do the first row here. Then we'll do a second row and third row and fourth row. We don't... This is all 4 high, right? So we don't need this here. We can also start... putting you over here. So let's do like that. So if it makes it out of this loop, we will... So if it's below 40 degrees, we send it out. So if it makes it out of this loop, it will be dumped into the rest of the pile of our stuff. Yeah, they're just not having a good time. Okay, maybe I should entertain the idea of making normal hatches, because these hatches here are dying off. And they have not made me a single stone hatch egg yet. That is surprising. It's like a 50% chance of making a stone hatch, and they're just not doing it for me. Oh, temperature is actually climbing. Not cool. Oh, that's not good. It's actually climbing this time. Should be going down, not going up. I don't want to go up. I want to go down. Let's see. Do I pass by here? Yes, I do. So let's add a little bit more cooling to this area. Looks like it needs it. Yeah, lead. And these metal tiles are made out of copper. That's fine. So this area looks like it's heating up a little bit. So I'm gonna try to cool it down a little bit. Extra attention to it. But yeah, the cooling from here actually seems to be losing effectiveness. 37, wow. It is really... It's going up. Okay, so we have enough of these, so let's start to take this heating issue a little bit more seriously. We don't want anything dropping over here and here. So, go here. Okay, so that should... And then we might want to start putting in some more insulative tiles to... this one is only 177, it's still far too hot. So if we make this our priority... Yeah, are you scalding from standing in there? Yeah, you are. Why are my dupes like this sometimes? I made an Atmos suit area just so that you guys don't get hurt while doing this work, and you get hurt anyways while doing this work. So if we can get an insulated tile here and here, we can maybe build a wall of insulated tiles here and up here. That should help with some of this area. That should help with some of the, like, keeping some of the heat on this side instead of on this side. Yeah. Hopefully the game will understand I'm trying to take this heat situation more seriously and give me a break. They did not want to give me a break down here. But hopefully this will cool things down. Because we are not doing a good enough job with our heating loop. Talking about heating loop, is this ready to hook up for the most part? It is for the most part. So we're going in, right? In, out, and then we would go around. So we just need to build these two here. Let's make it clear that we want these tiles built quicker. Okay. I guess we can start hooking this up. That should work. That should be our priority. Water should be heading down this path now. And we should be getting some fresh, cold water to join the cycle, which should help cool things down a little bit. Okay, there we go. Oh yeah, I want to destroy these also. There we go. Perfect. And did we make some polluted water? Yes, we did. Perfect. Can you not reach this? No, it's just a waiting tool. Okay, so it's just because it's not the highest priority of things. Idle? On a different asteroid, right? Yeah. Okay, so let's dig up 2 more tiles here. We're almost done with that outcrop. Let's start moving some water, I guess. We can destroy this one. Move this. But let's move some polluted water in here. Where's polluted water? That is not the color of polluted water. That does not look like the color of polluted water. So priority 6. And we'll make this one into water. And we'll put that down here. We can't start this, but at least we can have it mostly ready to work. Mostly. We have some water down here. This should be working full time now. Producing us some good amount of water. How's the tank going? Yeah, 3 tons of water right there. That's pretty good. Given that we're consuming all this water almost... Yeah, we're consuming a lot of water to turn it into oxygen right now. Oh, we are idle? But why is no one... Oh, do I need to... I forgot to enable auto bottling. Oh, water. Enable auto bottling. 6. But that does not give everyone something to do. So I think we need to do a little bit more digging. Yeah, so let's dig a little bit more. Dig all that. And same thing here. Up. And all the way to... Oh. No. That was incorrect. Okay, there we go. That should keep them busy for a little bit. I don't want to dig this out. It'll take out the water, maybe. So maybe I just dig. These are not sand or dirt or anything, so I'll just dig too high. Huh, I'm not sure I can reach this. We'll find out. So that should treat us well there. Oh, so we did the water before we did any of the polluted water, huh? Oh, idle. Which map? Meep. But okay, you're just idle because we don't have anything to do, not because you guys are ready to launch. You're not an astronaut, so let's see what do we have next then. I guess for you, I should look into digging some more, right? Next layer here will cause some potential issues. So we need to figure out where we want the roof here to be. Seems like right here is the lowest point. So if we make a roof here out of tiles, we should be able to seal in the entire asteroid. On the other hand, we can always start going down here. This is really cold. Really cold, apparently. I was not aware of how cold that stuff was. We do need to... Why is it so cold on this side? Like, these plants are almost to the point where they will be stifled. You are... Why is it so cold here? This is at 19 degrees. This is at 9 degrees, so this is the coldest thing, but it shouldn't be. Is that really what's making the cold, I guess? Like, the insulated tiles, no, that's not what's making it cold here. And we can't really... We're trying our best to warm this stuff up, but it's not easy to warm up. Mainly because we don't have enough of it. I guess we can start looking into getting... Oh. Like, this is warmer than this. We can start, yeah, so I guess the main thing is this warmer but we don't use any type of radiant pipes or anything like that in our whole cycle. So where is the temperature not behaving appropriately? So here and down here. So let's start adding some metal tiles to the locations where we think the temperature will need to be massaged a little bit. So right here, and so we go up here. We'll start with this one and this one. Go to this one. Well, we don't necessarily need to put there. We go all the way to here. So we can put it, do we have a bridge there? Yeah, we do. We'll put it there. Okay, so in those locations, we will put in some radiant pipes. Here. Did I make any down here? Oh. Here. And here. here, and here. That should help a little bit with some of that. Like we already have some, like this is where we're getting most of our heat from because we already have some metal tiles and radium pipes down here. It's just we didn't build that up here, so it's not really heating up this area like I was hoping it would. So we just need to get that started. On the other hand, I will start digging this section out. Maybe mop this up as a higher priority. But let's let some of this heat out. We want to be careful not to do anything with the volcano though. We don't want to cause a very dangerous incident after all. Volcanoes are not something to be messed with lightly. Don't worry, I will mess with them, just, you know, not necessarily right now. There we go. New printables are available. Let's see what we got here. Oh, these dupes are actually pretty good. Like, I kind of like Catalina as a general rancher with some rocketry so they can rocket around and also ranch things, but I just don't have space for another dupe. Ah, that really sucks. I also really don't care for a hatchling, so I'm just gonna reject them all. No asteroid needs. Oh, 1 minute. I could have used that to populate the. Never mind. Well, maybe I could have used that, but I was very eager to get rid of it, apparently. Oh well, not a big deal. I'm not losing out on much because of that. So who's gonna produce the next egg here, guys? You really need some eggs. Like your priority is 7, right? Yeah. So the next egg you guys drop will be used for something. So I guess you need 2 more cycles of happiness before you will produce more eggs. But we should also be able to make more ammo suits. Let's make another ammo suit. On that hand also, let's make some more copper. This map starts off with so much copper up here. Look at that. We still have all of these huge copper veins. Dig through. Like copper, we have plenty of that. Okay, so we're doing pretty good here. We still need more water. And let's loop this up. General idea here will be that we can, once we have steel, I guess, how much steel do we have on the main asteroid? Steel. Oh, we don't even have enough steel here to make another aqua tuner, so I'm gonna need to get steel from Zeppelin, which has 4 tons of it. So it has plenty. Still surprised they haven't given me any manual airlocks. Let's do that. I'm still surprised they haven't given me any stone hatch eggs. Like, come on, guys. You guys have such a large stone hatch egg percentage chance, and you have given me 0. Count it. 0 stone hatch eggs. Stone hatch eggs. 0. Really don't want me to have stone hatch eggs. Okay. I guess it's just very low priority. Like, this is diggable, right? Not permitted. Oh, because you're not feeling very well. But this is all reachable. So I just need to be patient. Are you? No, you're not dormant yet. That'd be nice. So I can dig you up, analyze you, and then seal you up without having to worry about you burning anyone to death. I don't have that privilege right now to assume that it will not. And what about you? You're still dormant, but I didn't want to have to dig this up. Because as you can see, I rely on gravity to drop this in here. So that means if I want to tame this one, I need to rely on gravity. So I either go on this side or on this side to build everything. I don't want to have to deal with that. But guys, let's build those things first. Once we can get that in place, it might actually help a little bit more with some temperature isolation between hot and not hot, or hot and less hot. Oh, there we go. You guys have second layer. Let's prioritize that. Actually, no, we'll want more in here because I don't want to. Yeah. Yeah, that's more than enough. $300, $300. So let's make it up to like 800 in every one of them, and we should be able to close that off. It's using up a lot of our polluted water, though. Maybe we should also consider pumping some of this polluted water out. Hey, this guy's active. I'm surprised it's not liquid when it's in here. What temperature does it come out at? Negative 55? I guess it's negative 30 around it instead of... I swear, I thought it was like some places here were negative 50. Yeah, I see negative 80, negative 90, negative 100. So I guess if it was more along the lines of over there. But over here, it's actually not that bad. Negative 50. We have some negative 50 spots. With some liquid carbon dioxide. I'm surprised this isn't all liquid carbon dioxide, but that's better. Oh, no, that's worse. Better? Worse? I think this is worse. If it was liquid, at least it would... Oh, either way, it's going to be horrible. Whether it's liquid or gas, it's going to be horrible. We're either going to end up having like these tiles with hundreds of tons of... like 1 ton each of carbon dioxide in each tile by the time we get here. Or it will be all liquid. It's going... Either way, it's going to be a mess. Okay, perfect. So this is good. So let's close you all off. No, okay, never mind. I don't want to close you off yet. I do want to seal you up, but I did forget. I do want to actually use this for something, right? So gold. We want gold here and gold here. Otherwise, let's go this way, and let's go this way. This one is in and out, and we'll have the same idea over here. In and out. We can't forget about the piping. I pretty much almost forgot about the piping. Okay, so we go here. Let's send over some steel. The steel is going to make a very large trip to that other asteroid. It's going to be a very manual trip. It's going to be very annoying. I'm not going to be happy about it. I do not know a way to make this a little bit more automated than this. So for now, let's just do it the way that we can with the technology that we have. There you go. Hopefully that'll start helping with keeping the heat on the respective side of the wall. It's still really hot down here, though. Even with, like, this is abyssalite, so we shouldn't, like, in an ideal situation, this shouldn't matter. But it's still really hot. Okay, so this is getting... Oh, yes. Sorry, I got distracted. Did we send over a ton yet? Oh, we sent over more than a ton. Let's stop that. Okay, so that means you should now have enough steel. Oh, you have plenty of steel. So we're going to send over this rocket. So view interior. You have no oxygen. So breathable, oxygen, and we only need 1.2 tons of steel. So let's make that specifically exactly what we need. Manufactured steel. Once that's in place, we can send off Hope. And hopefully that won't be too much, like, that will... Oh, look at that, we have some, we have a friend up here. This guy really should produce extra meat. Like, look at him, he's huge. And yet he only provides us... Come on, die. He only provides us... Hey, I have actually extra meat. These guys provide more meat than normal. Look at that, that makes perfect sense. Okay, so we did get an egg. It's sadly just a normal Dreklet egg. But at least we got an egg. Incapacitated. Oh, someone come pick him up. Come on, quick. There we go. He was building some of these insulated tiles for me, and that did not treat him very well. Standing in steam does not seem like it's a good idea for someone's health. Yeah, maybe that'll help cool this down. It's still raining. Still raining. Raining steam. You guys, have you given me a stone Draco egg yet? Let's put a normal Draco egg in here. We're not going to power it, we're just going to make sure we don't kill off all our Dracos. I'm slightly concerned they're getting pretty old. Slightly concerned we won't get a stone egg in time. And if that happens, then we kill off all the normal hatches, and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to make sure we keep one hatch in reserve at all times, just in case. Okay, so let's give them time to recover, and then we'll continue this insulated tile wall all the way down here. Hopefully it helps. I'm not very confident that will help, but you never know. Let's see, how is the water going here? 35 and coming out at 28. Hey, 35, that's colder than 35, really? Oh, 31. Oh, 31, that's colder than it used to be. It used to be coming out of here at 37, so that's good. Yeah, look, that's less red up here, especially up here. Up here it's cooling down really quickly. This insulated tile really helped with up here. Doesn't seem to be helping as much here, mainly because of these doors. I'm guessing these manual airlocks are really hot, and they have pretty good thermal conductivity. So these guys are not helping our case right now for keeping the heat on each other's side. If it wasn't for the fact that we need material that's in here, I could just seal this all off completely and keep the heat that segregated that way. Maybe we will do that temporarily while we cool down this area. But I do love all of this diamond and all of this lead and fossil. It's all very good stuff. Ooh, we have a new print. Ooh, plastic. 500 kilograms of plastic. Oh, who would I want to give the plastic to? You have, let's see, let's put plastic on your list. So let's put steel. Let's watch steel. Let's watch some plastic. You have 300 kilos. You have... I'm not watching plastic. Let's not watch the Atmo suits. Plastic. Let's watch plastic instead. And steel. We already have watching steel. Where's plastic? There it is. We have 800 kilos here, and I think we have a bunch on Zeppelin, right? Yeah, we have a ton. So I guess we put it on here. Wow, you're getting a lot of plastic. That's a ton of plastic that was just magically printed for you. Let's turn off auto deploy. I'm guessing you should be ready now. I mean, Hope should be ready now. That's okay. We need probably a little bit more oxygen than that. And apparently we have not. Let's put that at 9. Okay, so Meat should be willing to do delivery as soon as he's done his sleep. Is there a way to remove the computer desk? Does it invalidate achievements? Computer desk? What computer desk? You mean the research desk? Like this building here? That's not a computer. Or this one? That's a computer. Basic. Oh, you mean like this? So it does not invalidate any achievements. There are mods out there that will allow you to remove all of this junk. They work very well. I have them installed on the normal build, and I delete all of this every time. You want to make sure to inspect if you care about achievements. You want to inspect it before you destroy it, so you get database entry and stuff like that. But as soon as you inspect it, you can delete it, and it won't make a difference. There's a mod out there. I think it's called remove POI, like remove point of interest building, like that. If you search for that, it will. Here, let me confirm that actually. Let's see, where are my mods for the normal game? I'm not focused on the game right now. Just give me one moment. I'm trying to find where are my mods? Workshop. How do you find like the ones that you have subscribed to? Subscribed. There we go. So Geyser, Flyers. There we go. So it's this one. I got the name wrong. So this is the one I use. It's called Deconstructible POI Props. It works very well. And when it was first coming out, it had issues where it would crash the game if you deconstructed items like a locker that had stuff in it, you hadn't rummaged it yet, it would crash the game. But that's solved. So yeah, I would highly recommend that mod. It's very helpful to having that. As you can tell, I like my my grids. So this is very annoying, and I hope there's a way to move these things or make our own when we have nuclear power, so that we can put them in grids. Like this one ended up nicely to fit in a grid, but I'm pretty sure the one down here where is it? Up here. Yeah, this one doesn't fit nicely into a grid. We'll need an elevated floor here. And this one will fit. This fits even less nicely into a grid. This one like right in the middle of the floor. But at the moment we can't destroy or do anything to these. Maybe even when we go live with mods, we can't destroy these because might crash the game because they are linked in the code to other objects. So I wouldn't be surprised if that causes some issues. That might be a little bit harder to repair with mods, at least at first. We might find a way around it, but that definitely won't be right away. Okay, so as I was, you guys... Oh, look at that, 70 degrees? It is definitely helping. Okay, things are cooling down much. It's not cold, like we still literally have steam here. It's raining steam, but it is significantly, yeah, this is much better with this wall. At one point, I'm probably just going to seal this off completely, and we'll just have to deal without some of this resources in this section here to help. And then we can get to cooling and then reopen this and slowly take care of the heat. Okay, so all these are good. So let's build that. You should be good. Oh, are you landed yet? Have you left yet? That's a better question. There you go. Oh, that's not enough steel, guys. No pending delivery. What? I thought we had enough steel on this asteroid for this. We do. I need someone to bring me the steel. On Hope. Hope needs more steel, guys. There you go. I really want to send this away. We have more than enough oxygen. Might actually have people bringing more oxygen to boot. So that shouldn't be too much of a problem. We have a carbon dioxide layer down here. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, someone came in and took away the steel. What? So someone came in here and took away the steel. But like this is the highest priority you can go. Why would it? Okay. So let's stop that from happening. I do not know why they decided to do that, but let's see, who's my crew? Camille, do I have another pilot? And I'll send out Lyra because she has the skills to make this a quicker trip. So let's launch this out. What are you talking about? It's there's more than enough oxygen in here, okay? Relax. There you go, Lyra. Let's go. Launch. Come on. Waiting pilot. Oh. That's because you are not... Yeah, there you go. Bye. Oh, it's so pretty. I love the pink flames of those kind of rockets. It's so pretty. Okay, so that should take half a cycle, I think, right? Yeah, half a cycle-ish to reach our destination. And during that time, let's see what we can do here. We'll be able to place our steel equituner, so let's get that set up. Because as soon as we get the steel, we can place down the equituner. So if I copy it here and go to the asteroid in question, oh, it won't let me do that. I was really hoping I could just copy it and keep the material composition. But yeah, no, now it's selected gold amalgam, so I can't just say this out of steel once we get steel. That would be what I'd want to do, is make this out of steel once we get steel. But for now, so this one goes out, out. We want it to go here, in that way, and over here, like that. work, right? Yep. And we want to have a thermosensor, liquid pipe, thermosensor right here. And we'll cancel out the aqua tuner until we get steel. This should be the wiring that we want. We will also want to add in some oh yeah, these guys need more. These guys need conductive wire, as they are unable to. They need more than 1,000 to be powered. So let's make ourselves some. What do we have a lot of? Definitely not copper. We have a lot more aluminum. Gold. We have even more gold. So let's make ourselves 40 gold here. And make these out of gold. I don't remember exactly where it will be, but we know at least we'll need this. This is only 2 wide, so that's not going to be enough. So join these two. How much? Oh, I can't even build that much. Oh, I'm gonna run out of gold if I do it this way. Okay, so that's enough gold. Now I need aluminum. Maybe go this far. Yeah, so I need more metals to be able to make the trip from here to here. And we want to close this off, destroy those. And then next thing we want to do is just start cooling things. Once this is in place though, we're pretty good on this asteroid. We'll have our source of oxygen, we'll have a source of cooling, source of renewable power. The only thing we're really missing is sand. Apparently, sand is a very rare material. So, like the 50% of this that's turning into sand is actually useful. For once, that's a rare enough site. But otherwise, though, we have pretty good food. The only thing we don't really have is a sustainable source of water. And otherwise, we would be in a very good spot here. I'm pretty sure that this here is our water. It's just really cold and hard to get to. So you're gonna have to figure out how I want to get to that. We also have some water here, some water down here. So it's not like we're out of water. It's just not renewable, which is the key here. We want it to be renewable. Actually, we don't need to go from all the way over here. We have the space, right? So we can just go like this. 1, 2. Are you here yet? Nope. And make it like that. There we go. So in that case, I can just make this go up here. Like that, we would actually have enough for this. Wherever this power cord is needed, I'm not 100% sure. Let's put in the aqua tuner into where it's going to go. And see where that power need is. There we go. And let's cancel that. Oh, look at that. We should now have... So let's make this all... And we should now have access to the steel. Where is it? It's utilities, thermal aqua tuner. Exactly the amount we need to make this. Make that my highest priority. And then we can send you away as soon as we have all the steel out and send you back to home base. And we're safe. But how many cycles have we been going at this for? Where's my title? 65. So we've been going at it for 14 cycles. Not bad. These are very jam-packed cycles. Oh, I forgot about automation. No, we should have enough steel. We just need to get the steel out of that container. Yeah, let's add the automation here. But the idea is if it is above 10 degrees, run. Mima is hot. Oh, look at that, we're getting some 40, 50 degrees. Oh, these are colors I've never seen before in this area. We still have like a rainbow going on though. Blue, green, yellow, darker yellow, orange, red. It's not as nice. It used to be like a very pretty rainbow, but we're kind of ruining that on purpose. But this wall is definitely helping a lot. Oh, look at that! We have our first stone hatchling. There we go. So we don't need to care about that anymore. Where's the stone hatchling? Create a second one. But the general idea would be that now that we have our first stone hatchling, let's create a place for them. And you will eat... What's the material that we have the most of? It's 435 tons, 223 tons. It looks to me like we have the most of either mafic rock or granite. So granite is... Where is my stone? S. Stone hatch. You eat granite. Perfect. So we'll make sure to have the same priorities. Perfect. Okay. So as soon as that guy hatches, we will put him down here. Great. How are things going up here? Oh, perfect. So let's build the second layer here. Let's just make this out of lead. Right here. Ah, I did forget about that, didn't I? Lead. No, let's not make those out of lead. Let's make those out of lead. We have plenty of lead. There we go. That should give them plenty to do. Are you dormant yet? No, you're overpressured. Okay. Ooh, okay, so that means you can launch now. So crew, let's launch you out. So as soon as we get a crew in there, we should this guy should go and launch. There we go. I hope everything's okay in here. I didn't really check. Yeah, still have plenty of oxygen. Yeah, we're good. Why are you not launching? Oh, acknowledge warning. Apparently I had to acknowledge the warning. I don't normally have to acknowledge warnings. I don't know what was going on there. But that should give us some extra water. Apparently we're going through this water quicker than we're getting it. We're drinking this water. We're digging on a massive scale, and this is all trying to get pressurized with oxygen. It's actually a little bit overpressurized. That's not good. What is the material in here? Blew the oxygen a little bit. So technically we should be ready to get this started, so let's see where we want to pass all this stuff. So what do we want to cool first? We need to probably go up here, cool this down. Yeah, and then go down here. I'd like to also stretch out over here. So this is the output. Obviously we need to cool down here. And some of this. We'll need to cool down the... And we'll go over here, go up here, cool up here. Don't want to go mess over there, it's too crowded already. Go over here. Okay, and we'll come down all the way down here. That should be far enough down. Far enough to the side. Nothing in particular that I need to cool over here, but I do want it. Okay, and then I go up from here. And up here. And up like that. Okay. So that should be a good way to start. So now let's add all the bridges. Add one here. One here. One here. So add one here. Here. Cancel connections. Okay, more bridges. I like my bridges. So let's make some more. Here, right here. One right here. Right here. That should be good. Okay, so this should allow us to make a cooling loop. And we pass pretty close by to the polluted water, so we can siphon off some of this polluted water that we're getting here to start the loop. Oh, talking about starting the loop, I forgot about starting the loop over here. So we're going to need to remove this one tile, yeah, right here. Just so that we can start the loop. Have everything connected so we can start the loop. Once that's all started, this will start running right away. Seal that off. And once we have everything running, we can see where, at what points we want to add some extra cooling with some radiant tiles, and yeah, it's good. Oxygen pressure is low. My, I'm surprised. I would not have expected the oxygen pressure to be so low all the time. Like, I swear I thought I turned that off. Breathability off. On all asteroids, I want to see breathability off. It is off. Why is it still there? It is off. Should be. That says 90. That's not even the right. There you go. Maybe the problem. You have to like unpause, I guess, between, or else it doesn't show you this maps. It shows you the other maps. But I don't want to see or even be notified about breathability. It doesn't. It's not important. It's really bad. Apparently, I need to. Can't forget about powering this stuff, because I might have forgotten about powering this stuff. Let's go down from down here. There we go. Power this stuff. You will take anything. Oh, what? Oh yeah, you're just... I was very confused on what's the problem there, but that's because you're transporting goods and services. There you go. Perfect. Good landing. Let's get you out of there. Really, wow, that really stressed you out, didn't it? But oh, that trip's done. We brought all the steel and everything we needed to. So, you did a good job. We're almost done digging out this section here. High stress. Oh, what did you go in here for? Yeah, so let's not put any more oxygen in here. We don't have any reason for dupes to go in here. And that's, I got sweep only also. So dupes shouldn't have any reason to go into hope anymore. Let's see how we're doing here. How are we doing with our temperature? Oh, that's really good. And now that we actually have some stone hatches. Oh, we got 2 stone hatches. Oh, generous. I'm gonna make sure that we don't kill off stone hatches. Just so that we... Let's kill you off. I don't want you around anymore. Now that we have stone hatches, we don't need you guys around anymore. Okay, let's add in some more of these. We'll need to just make sure that we have the power. We're basically saying if it's below 40 degrees. We're almost ready for this. This should work. Hopefully it works on the first try because I don't really have a way to make this not work, I guess. It's all expected to work on the first try. Uh-oh. Below... Oh, but this doesn't have... So it's turning on, but it's saying I don't have anywhere to send this stuff. So it's just going in circles anyways because this stuff's not built. Let's prioritize that building for Gooseman, because he's the only person who can actually build this stuff anyways. Building. Oh, look at all that hydrogen. It's surprisingly warm, yet surprisingly cold up here. It's like the temperatures are just... They make a rainbow. Make a very small rainbow here. Very cold, very hot, very fast. Look at that. 8 degrees, we go to negative degrees, and like 8 degrees and 2 tiles over 84 degrees. That is a temperature gradient if I've ever seen one. It actually looks really nice. It's very pretty in my opinion. Okay, and let's see, we still don't have any plastic generating machines. Well, we have one. Apparently, printing pods are plastic generating machines for free. It's incredible. Oh, so let's see if adding... Okay, yeah, that did help with warming this area up a little bit. You guys are now... Yeah, see, we have some 12 degrees, some 13 degrees. Not that we're relying on you for too much food right now, but we don't produce enough meat just yet to sustain all these dupes. So every now and then these guys do turn on to produce us some food. It's not very often, and it's not the most critical thing when they do. But when we need it, they're there, and that's always important. Let's see, we have some idle dupes. What are you guys not doing? Okay, so we have... Oh, I guess... Where is Gooseman? Is he like in bed? No. No, I don't know where he is. But we really need to... Okay, so we can build these. We just need a couple more. I guess we can always build this here too. And we want to... Utilities, some drywall. This is going to be everything. And we'll also have drywall here. But everything else around here is going to be some form or another of igneous rock. Look at that, we have more printables. We can print off some iron. Who needs iron? Apparently this asteroid does. Scalding. swear, I don't understand why you think this is the best location to grab that ore. Like, I disagree. Let's seal off. I don't know how badly this will hurt us, but let's seal this off for now and see if that helps us to try to contain this a little bit. It's not our highest priority right now. I'd rather get this working so we can get some of this sulfur out of this geyser. But it is something that I would like for them to work on in the background. Stress? Your stress seems to have stopped climbing. Oh, yeah, you're taking out all that anger, aren't you? But where's your stress? It is going down though, so just gonna take a little bit. Not an issue. Look at that, we have a shiny nymph egg. They don't give us any meat, so there's no reason to try to just kill it off, right? Are you dormant? No, you're just idle. You're dormant. So how is Drubara doing? Wow, you have not done anything? What are you guys doing? I guess you're just building over here. It's just okay. They're doing something. It's just all over here, I guess. Yeah. Surprised. I would have expected more progress by now. My expectations are so high for this asteroid, just how quickly they've been able to get things done recently. But apparently, I need to taper the expectations a little bit. You guys are still 8 dupes. You have no one ever no one's ever hurt because there's no extreme heat source yet in this asteroid. There's only extreme cold, but you know, that's not usually too much of a problem. You know, if we have a problem with extreme cold, we can just dump some liquid gold on it and see how that does. See who wins, liquid gold or extreme cold, negative 100-degree snow. See who wins. I put my money on the gold. No! Yeah, you! Why did you do that? Come on! Why? That should untrap you. Get you out of there. Oh, sometimes. Okay, so that should stop all heat transfer between this area and this area. We have some idle people. All on this map. Okay. How are we doing with our Draco eggs? No progress. Can this be destroyed? No, but we can destroy the stuff around it. Right, so if I put all, it does not look like it can be destroyed. So let's, should we flood this area down here? If we flood it with this water, it will be, so let's go 1 level deeper then. We'll have to be careful what we tell them to dig around the volcano. We can obviously not just keep it like that, because this cannot be dug. And then let's go 1 level deeper. 4. Hopefully this doesn't hurt too much. We're just gonna dump all this water down here and see how that does with our cooling loop. And yeah, we're just gonna keep going down. Let's start destroying the stuff here too. Destroy this here, everything here, and everything here that we can. And plastering all this. And the last level. Oh, that's a big outcrop we got there. There you go. So that should... Yeah, I don't see any reason why we can't just go straight into trying to dig this out. The temperature, especially near where the water is, because the water is really cold, is only in the 40s. Nothing here is really in the 70s. Like, it gets into the 70s down here, but we're not going that deep yet. And over here, it's somewhat in the 70s, I guess. So we might get some scolding from this coal over here, but we'll see. We can put their health on the line a little bit. Gotta keep it interesting. There we go. Okay, so you guys are idle. We need more things for you to do, and you aren't idle too. No, if I open this up, it will be a bad time. Cannot open you up just yet. We are not ready for you to be open. We're getting there, just not yet. How did that affect? Oh, we lost about 10 tons of lead by sealing this off. But that's not bad. It's letting us cool this area down a little bit more. Yes. I already said you jinx. It's letting us cool this area down a little bit more. So you can see we're already getting some orange. It's not as red as this area here. Why is it? Oh wait, that's the neutronium color for some reason. It's very blue. So we just need to give it time. We will eventually cool this down to a point where we can reopen this and start deleting the heat in here slowly but surely. I want to tame this up first. Once we have this fully tamed, we can now have renewable sulfur. I was told that these geysers are not very productive. Like, they don't give a lot of they don't support a lot of actual critters. Like, they are... Because, like, the idea I had is that we can... Like, we have a ranch here of Sweetles, and they need sulfur. So I was thinking maybe, like, this could be supported by that geyser. But I was told by someone a couple days ago in chat that the geyser does not actually give that much sulfur. Now we still have plenty of sulfur. We still have 139 tons of it. But it is lower than it used to be. So there's definitely... Oh, look at all these points. I really need to pay attention to these a little bit more. So carrying and artistry for you, CQ. Stinky, let's go up to art. Mary, you can master farming. farming. And Joshua, you can finish mastering building and start tinkering. Harold, where you like medicine. I don't want to give you medicine. So let's start getting you some athletics. Granth, you are going to take some construction. And Abe, we need a mechatronics engineer on the asteroid. Actually, that's very good. Not only have a mechatronics engineer on Shrubara, we can actually get some of the automation in place. That's actually really nice. Suffocating? Who's suffocating? Oh, guys, come on. Okay. So... Uh-oh. Okay, cancel this. Hopefully you are pretty good at... So you'll just deconstruct this one first, then this one, and then this one, and that should allow you to fall, which then you need to run real fast. Okay, perfect. You should be good then. Apparently there was a pocket of oxygen here, and it's gone. So this is also a bug. Like there was a pocket of oxygen. Every now and then, like you'll have random pockets of polluted oxygen or oxygen somewhere. Look, there's... And even if the oxygen is now gone, like the polluted oxygen that was here is now up here. He's no longer breathing out of this, and it's not really consuming anything. So he's not actually consuming any oxygen right now. But his oxygen meter is still going up, even if there's no oxygen near him anymore. Like, that is a known bug. And it's a way of, like, getting more dupes than what your oxygen can actually support by, like, halfway starving them of oxygen. Not only can you get them to breathe, like, non-oxygen gas after they've triggered this animation, they will go full whether or not there's actually oxygen around or not. They also use less oxygen than normal during the animation. So if you really want to take advantage of the dupes, like if you really want to push the limits on the amount of dupes you can have, you can use that to get that conclusion. Oof, that last part of that sentence didn't really make much sense. Okay, so we have a lot of idle dupes. Let's see, what do you guys have doing? Let's rebuild here. Oh, why? Oh, you cannot reach this? Okay, well we still need to build that. Okay, we are starting, the loop is starting, but there's no cooling happening. So that's good. No, the first part of the loop actually starting. So can we build this now? Liquid bridge. There we go, someone's gonna build it. Once that's built, come on guys, come on, faster, faster. Oh, you have slime lung? Yeah, you do, you have slime lung. I blame you for that. Okay, so once he has that built, we can reconstruct all that. But that should automatically start with the cooling. So it should come in here, detect that this water is far too warm, and not do anything about it. Oh, because it can't, because it's not getting any power. So, come on. It's detecting that this water is far too warm, but it's not doing anything about it. So, let's fix that. Build that tile, and... Perfect. Okay, so now it's detecting it's far too warm, and it's going to do something about it. No? Empty pipe blocked. It's not liking it? Do I have like... That's kind of what I need to do. So, delete these two tiles. We can still go in here. And we will need to, high priority, remove one of these tiles worth of water. Let's get that. Here. I don't have time to focus on you guys right now, so let's clean up a little bit. That should keep you guys busy. And you guys, same thing. Oh, you guys can't actually clean up yet. So for you guys, let's dig a little bit. 4 tiles high. We don't want to affect this. And we go down here. All the way here. Almost all the way here. Okay, so that should keep you guys busy But we do have someone here. No, we don't have anyone with the skill for plumbing. We do. Frankie can plumb. And he's over here. And he wants to get more skill. So let's give him some rocketry. But Frankie should be able to do this. Skilled required. Errands. Okay, let's make this a yellow priority. So yeah, Frankie. Thank you. That's all that should be needed to get this working. I think. Isn't this how I had it set up? Oh, what is going on? I can't wait until I have blueprints. I seriously can't wait till I have blueprints. So yeah, so this one jumps in here. Then this one jumps over here. And then we let it go. Isn't that what I have here? Oh, what? No, I have it in the wrong direction. Oh. Yeah, okay. Let's destroy that. Okay, so I know what I did wrong. I mixed up the input and output pipes. So that's why it's saying like empty pipe. Yeah, that makes sense. So let's build it again. Other way. There we go. Come on. I want this working. We need to start cooling down this asteroid. It's way too warm in here and there's no natural source of cooling on this asteroid. There's also no natural source of filter material, which is getting really annoying for... Wow, we are really low on water. That's a problem. That's going to be a serious problem soon. We're very seriously low on water. We're going to need to start pumping in water from down here, or water from up here, or both. That should definitely be our next endeavor. Okay, so once we build that, we can start pumping up some water from here. Are we still making any more metals? No, we are not. Let's make some more gold. We need some more sand. It also produces half of that in sand, so it'll produce 2 tons of gold and 2 tons of sand. We really need the sand. Oh. There we go. Okay. And once that's done, then it'll start cooling things down. There we go. Build this. So yeah, so now it's cooling things down. It's like this is too hot. And so 16 degrees. And next loop around, it will do the same thing again. Until everything here is underneath 10 degrees. Which will in turn start cooling down the water that passes through here. And in turn, that will cool down everything that this loop is supposed to. Oh, there's an issue. I forgot about that one apparently when I canceled all. Is that the only one I forgot? Yeah. So let's delete that. Come on, someone please. And yeah, so once that's done, so that's probably why it's still one bubble, because if you do, oh, Really gonna make me have someone mop this up. Yeah, so once you go one bubble, it's pretty clean. There we go. Perfect. So now all the water on one side of this is cold, and it should be like this tile here coming in at 29. Should get out at 29. Oh, that's not that much. Maybe I was looking at the wrong tiles. 29.1. 28.8. That's not that good. Gold radiant tiles, apparently not very good. Oh, because maybe the specific heat is too low to make this transfer. Or we just haven't had enough time to cool things down yet. But either way, we'll let it run for a little bit. And hopefully, like, well, this will cool down. Like right now we're only getting 1 degree of efficiency out of every second. But like on this asteroid, we are getting many degrees of efficiency every second. Yeah, coming at 29 and leaving at 27, so that's 2.5 degrees of cooling every second. And it shows, because we're doing really good here. Okay, so you guys, what are you complaining about? Oh, look at that, I completely forgot about this. Oh, if you notice any edible bristleberries, send them over. There you go. Completely forgot about this automation. This asteroid. There, okay. So let's seal you off. I really hope this works on the first try because I'm not getting a second attempt at this. At least it won't be easy to get a second attempt at this. Oh, you guys cleaned all that up already? Wow, that was quick. Is there anything else left to clean? Yeah, let's clean all this up. I don't want to clean that up down there, that's way too hot. I really want to get this working before I head out today. Okay, 1. Okay, so this part here should be all set. Should drop in here. The overheat temperature is 125. It should be lower than that when it drops in here. We are going in out. This is actually heating things up, which is good. And once it gets cold enough, so we should be able to start analyze. Everything here is very high priority. We'll analyze it. It might heat. Yeah, we'll have to analyze it and take all that stuff around. Little idle. That's good. This is very risky. Hey, Otto, shouldn't you like be sleeping with that kind of health bar? Let's fix that for you. Okay, so now all we need to do is analyze this. We'll see how quickly you can analyze it. once that's done, so rust or water. Ooh, water. Water for our low on water asteroid. There you go. That's 2 tiles of water, so that's pretty good, given we're very low on the number of tiles of water that we currently have. Oh, look at that. It's actually active. We're at 20. Oh, look at that. See, now we're getting efficiency of almost a full degree. It just needed to cool down the polluted water in here for a little bit before it could become more effective. What happened here? Why? Where did all our food go? Oh, we stopped making... Oh, okay. I know what happened. I rebuilt this and forgot to turn on cooking bristleberries and barbecue. So we have a ton of bristleberries stored up in stock here, and a ton of meat here, but none of it is edible. So that's why this is at such a low weight. So oh wow, it's a good thing I checked that out now. That would have been really, that could have been really potentially bad. Oh, no. Lindsay, get out of there. Cancel this analysis. Let's put you to bed. You should already have your bed assigned automatically. Okay, so let's see this work in action. So liquid sulfur. So it should drop down here. It solidifies right away. Drops here. Gets picked up by the conveyor loader, which will then go merry-go-round with the sulfur until it reaches, like, it's going down it's going down until it reaches a colder temperature, and that should, oh wow, this is really heating up the water. Maybe 40 degrees won't be possible. Maybe let's make it 60 degrees. Not polluted water, but the sulfur. So 60 degrees seems feasible. Yeah, see, we're sending some stuff out at 60 degrees. Well, we'll just never finish inspecting it. That's fine. Or we'll break this open once it goes dormant. But right now we need to seal off that heat. Yeah, see, it's working pretty good. And I just hope we can get through enough sulfur before the next eruption. It's a very short eruption period per 600, so I'm just going to need to tweak this. But this should work. Just needs a little bit of tweaking on temperatures preference and stuff along those lines. Cook that. We can build that. And we go for these two here. And that should be good. We leaked a little bit of heat here. That's okay. That shouldn't be something that happens again. And let's see, how are we doing? So we're almost done picking up all the sulfur, and there's going to be 1 ton of sulfur in here. So we can always try, like, any heat that we do come out of here will eventually go in here and get deleted. Like, we're getting 4 degrees worth of deletion right now. So it will work. It just depends on how much of this heat do you want to turn into power. So we seem to be able to maybe bring it down to 50. or maybe the original 40 wasn't too far off. It's just that, like, the first blast of this really did spike the heat up a little bit. Oh, wow, we actually turning some... Oh, that's not good. How is it reaching all the way over here? I guess that's because this isn't perfect. Yeah, because this isn't perfect. But as soon as this erupts, it should turn this back. Like, that's only a few grams, so it should turn it back into liquids. And that should splash back down here. I still don't think that will be a problem, that it turns a little bit of this sulfur into solids. Oh, look at that, it's rising. So we aren't done cooling down the current batch, are we? No, we're not done the current batch, so 50 might be a little high. 55? Get rid of the current batch. 55 seems like it might be a little bit more reasonable. We'll have to take a look. Okay, so you turned everything back into liquids. It's sending it off. But the water here, yeah, so it does spike up the water temperature quite a bit in the first round of things. When it's freshly erupting, it does spike up the temperature quite a bit. I'm curious, it might not actually be enough then. Like, we're getting to the 59 part, 57. And the sulfur here isn't really cooling down very much, or the sulfur in here. 92. We'll leave it at 55 and see if we can clear out before the next eruption. Let's see, do we have... Yeah, you guys are not doing anything useful. What's that? We have our first stone hatchling. Woo! Okay, so... Yeah, we're not doing anything useful. Let's make another 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Apparently we don't. Here. Okay. Can we just like not reach that or something? So that should give us one last branch in this area. But yeah, that looks pretty good. This is working. That should give us a supply of sulfur. Like the sulfur that we get in here. We have 3.5 tons of it. It is pretty warm, but it's not really affecting the general temperature of this area. That's more affected by this, and that's directly cooled anyways. So yeah, it is pretty warm. We might need, yeah, so probably tomorrow I'll focus on getting a second cooling system down here. That one will probably be more focused on here and cooling this half, because like right now we are only focused on cooling this half really, and now we've kind of reached over here. But if this one is probably overused right now, so we'll need a second one to do some more cooling on this half of the map and cool this off, because we also have another liquid sulfur geyser, and we have this, whatever this is, to cool down, like, and we still want to eventually cool this down. So yeah, we'll need a second one for sure. But for now, this is working very well. 55 seems to be okay. We'll see. I don't see you pressurizing yet, but we'll see. On the other hand, this asteroid went very well. Oh, we don't have any power? Oh, look at that. This guy, was it nighttime? So apparently we don't store enough power to be able to keep the cooling going or the rest of the base going. Or do you not generate enough power? Oh, we're having power issues. Oh, look at that. That is news to me. Oh, we still have a battery on this power line too. Let's get rid of that. But we might need to add in some automation for coal here. Like we have some coal. Do we have coal on this one? Coal. Oh, we have a lot of coal here. So we can add in some coal. We just need some automation for that coal. Because apparently we are not generating enough power right now. So let's make another platform here. And we'll make 2 coals and smart battery. Smart battery, gold right here with a pair of coal generators. And we'll connect those directly to here with some automation connecting these guys together. Apparently, this is not enough to also run this and all. Well, this is self-contained, so at least we don't have to worry about our oxygen being affected. It's self-contained. That's good. But the rest of the power on this grid is not self-contained, so we do need to make sure we don't overdo it there. We might need more glass. We don't have any more glass on this one, right? Yeah. So if we get another printing, and there's no building, so if we get printing of glass, that could be very helpful. But we need to start considering using coal to generate some of this excess power on this. So we'll do that one. And over here, nothing really changed. Oh, a glossy Drecklet. Oh, that's the perfect ending for today. We finally got ourselves a glossy Drecklet egg. Okay, so that's really good. So now we can start farming plastic. I do not like using plastic machines. On that note, let's destroy the plastic machines, because that's how much I dislike plastic creation. Destroy. You do not get to exist anymore. Okay, perfect. So that means tomorrow I'll be able to start setting this up. I'll need to plant all of these seeds and start setting up the space being the same size as the one above. So we need to have one here. 1, 2, 3. But as you can see, I still have quite a bit of copper. Yep. Yeah, so we'll get all this done. But as you can see, there's still plenty of work that needs to be done in this side of the what's it called? On this asteroid. That's the word I was looking for. Wow, that took me a while. Also probably past the cooling loop down in here. We don't need to feed them any water or anything, but they do need to remain underneath 30 degrees, which is not... It's easier said than done when you're right beside somewhere that needs to remain at 40 degrees. So we will probably need to pass a cooling loop in here, like just make it go in and out to try to keep the temperature of the farm at a reasonable temperature. But yes, we can finally get that started. That's great. But we did do a lot of digging, and that did help with some of the temperature. Like this temperature down here, it's now pretty good. And we are still cooling it using our like 15 to 16 here. So we're making progress, but it's pretty uneventful on this asteroid. Most of my focus is spent on the other two asteroids right now. But that's going to be it for today. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll be back tomorrow. Don't forget to save. It would really suck if I forgot to save. Let's say I forgot to save and I lost my Drecklet egg, or my glossy Dreco egg, or my glossy Drecklet egg. That would really suck. That's RNG right there. Okay, well, I'm gonna stop talking. And thanks for joining me, and then bye.